Alright, welcome to the Marshall remodel, and this is going to be the first video for the Mad County 30 build series. To give you a little background on what we're doing out here, this is 30 acres that my wife and I bought in Madison County, Iowa. It's kind of been a dream of ours to own our own land. We were able to purchase this property last fall, and we're going to build a post frame style house. And if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a barndominium. I'm sure you've either heard of a post frame style house or barndominium. That's kind of what it's going to be like. And we're going to get going on that as soon as possible. Unfortunately, the last 7 to 10 days we've had nothing but rain, and I've been pretty much rained out of working out here. So I was able to get a small excavator out here in the last couple weeks and clear some trees that I wanted out. Not all of them that I wanted gone are gone, but the ones that I definitely need are all down. So the excavator I rented was a small one. It was about a 35 horsepower excavator. And if you're asking yourself, why would I rent such a small machine? There's a couple reasons for that. As we go through this series, my wife and I, we sat down, we kind of created a budget for this build, and we want to stay within that budget. So wherever I can save money, that's what I'm going to do. And by getting a smaller excavator, it did take a little bit longer to get these trees down, but I was able to haul it myself, so I didn't have to pay the place where I rented it to haul it out here and back. And it was only, I think I had 16, 17 hours on it, and I was under $500 of my cost to rent it for that many hours, drive it out here, drive it back, my fuel and everything. So that's pretty good. All right, we took a few minutes, I got some stakes out there so I know where the edges of the shelter are gonna be. And now I'm gonna take the backhoe and I'm gonna dig probably 3 to 4 feet beyond that, so I have plenty of room to work and plenty of room where I can slope it back so there's no danger of any dirt falling in on me. So I'm gonna get after it. Many times in my life and during this project, I have felt the urge to quit, and I just can't let myself. And I just wanted to share a quick passage from my favorite book that says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." So whenever you're facing a tough time and you feel like quitting, don't do it. Dig down and find the courage to just stick it out and fight through it. And then every time you face a challenging moment, it'll get easier and easier to just push through. It is July 1st. It's Monday. I poured this footing on Saturday. So it's been 2 days. I had to go pick up my kids. They were down at my parents' for the weekend. So just out here to take out the forms. And I don't know how long I've been at this, probably, I don't know, maybe an hour and 15 minutes, but it's like 98 degrees right now, so there's nowhere to get out of the shade except for right here. There's no wind, so I'm just kind of trying to take a little break here and there. I'm out here by myself, so I don't want to do something stupid and pass out, because nobody nobody's coming to check on me. But anyway, I only have like 8-10 sheets left, and then we'll get these, start putting them down in the hole. And I don't have my wedges and all my snap ties yet. However, I'm trying to come up, think in my head how I can do this by myself. Most of the time when people are constructing forms for walls, there's, you know, at least 4 to 6 guys doing it. However, in my case, I'm doing this by myself, so I'm trying to think of a way that I can do this, and I got an idea. It's gonna be a little extra work, but the problem is these ties, you got to put them in from the inside. So you have to put them in the inside and then put the other wall up and slide them through the hole, which obviously is problematic when you're trying to hold 2 70-pound sheets of plywood up and put ties in. So after this, we'll start on one of the sides of the walls, and I'll kind of show you what I'm going to do. I have no idea if it's going to work yet or not. In my head, it seems like it'll work, but who knows? We'll find out. All right, well, we made some good progress today. It's July 16th, and sat down with a guy and finalized our materials list today. So all that will be put into order tomorrow, and it'll be about 2 weeks, he said, to get the material. So had a bunch of rock delivered today. I got it all filled in around my storm shelter basement area, and then I had a bunch of fill brought in, so I have a nice working area. All right, July 30th. I got some rain coming here soon, so I don't have much time, but as in episode 3 when I laid out, showed you guys how to lay out a building. I got all my lines, string lines back up. I did it the same way that I showed you guys, only I basically And let me tell you, that was no easy task. So, got a couple obstacles. Sorry I couldn't do more filming, but my hands were full and we were definitely busy. But the concrete driver drove over one of my string line stakes. Had a footing move on me, so there was just some things during the pour that took a lot more time than what I thought. And then, of course, it's in the 80s, the sun's out, so this concrete set up pretty fast, but between my dad and I, we were able to get it all, the bracket set. I think we got started a little bit late on those, but we got them in there and they're already pretty solid, so I think we're going to be good. But sidewall. This is our first one, so there were some challenges there, but we got it. Got it all braced up.
The words I can't are not allowed to be spoken by myself or my wife or my kids, because if you tell yourself something enough times, or somebody else tells you something enough times, you're going to start believing it. Instead, replace those words with I can and I will. And if you get knocked down, get back up. If you get knocked down again, get back up again. Being persistent leads to success.
Travis Shivers right there. Movie star. That feels much better in this basket than shimmying up these trusses with a 270-pound beast of a man hanging off the other side, shaking it every time he moves.
That wasn't me.
Talk about you, Travis. You know who you are. Piece of steel up, went pretty good. Getting a little bit windier, but I'm going to keep trying to go because I got to get this done. I'm going to put my second piece up there, got my weather strip down, and I built this little platform to hold my steel up close to the roof. So I'm going to go ahead and drag another piece up. we all got all the windows in the house installed, taped. I have 2 above the garage, which I can't do until the garage is done, but turned out pretty good. But the mistake I made is I had some extra concrete left over, and we poured it around the top of these just to fill that space. And that was a huge mistake, and I'll tell you why. Because this concrete extends over here, over this fill, and when all that rain ran down here, that fill settled, which all that concrete settled, and it was wrapped around my footing, so it tipped my footing. It didn't sink, it just tipped it and pulled it like about 2 inches, which is enough to screw it up. So alright, well, I got my 2 window wells in, the retaining walls are pulled out. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. Got a little trench dug. Monday, first thing I'm going to pop some drains in the bottom of there. Pop them out about 40 feet out, and then I can backfill all this, and I'll feel a lot better about it. So. I believe, you know, maybe I'm just a little stubborn, but I feel like with a little reading, maybe with a little YouTube, I feel like you can do anything if you put your mind to it. So definitely can save a lot of money. So keep that in mind when you're doing something like this. The more you do yourself, the more money you can put in your pocket, and the more affordable this is to do. I couldn't afford to build this place if I was paying somebody to do it, so that's why I'm doing it. And part of the reason I started this YouTube channel and my wife started the blog is because we wanted to share this stuff with you, so that you can have the confidence to do some of this stuff on your own. And the only way you learn is by just jumping in there and doing it. If you're a little anxious or nervous about doing something, you know, the only way you're going to learn is by doing it. Now, I wouldn't say go out and start with a septic system, but you can start small and work your way up. That's what I did. I pretty much taught myself how to do everything, whether that's been watching how-to videos or reading or, you know, working for other people. I've learned how to do a lot, and it saved me a ton of money over the years and has allowed us to get to this point where we can actually build this house on this property. So
thanks for watching, everybody. If you guys enjoyed this, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button and go to our YouTube channel. Check out the full series, Mad County Build series, where we go step by step on how to build your own post frame home. And stay tuned, because we're going to be doing a full series on how to finish the inside of a post frame home. It's going to be exciting, and if you guys like this, you're going to love the inside finishes. So thanks for watching, and we'll check you on the next video.